Okay, everyone, thanks for joining us today for our, I think this is the third alumni talk event. And we will definitely have more in the future. And tonight, very glad to introduce to every one of you two of our wonderful alumni, Vivian Zhao, currently at RPIA, and Victor Xu, currently with HSBC. Hi, Vivian, and hi, Victor. Thanks for coming.
Hi, Tony.
Tony, thanks for having us.
This is a special time, but it made it possible and easier for us to present our alumni and allow them to interact and talk to our current student and the prospective students and anyone interested in learning the career path that you guys have been taking so far. I don't think they want to hear too much from me, so I will stop here and let you guys talk about your experience, your career, and definitely more importantly, give your advice to people who are interested in your career path. So Victor, do you want to start first?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I will stop sharing my screen and you can start sharing yours.
Okay. Okay. Can everyone hear me and see the slides?
Yes, very clear.
Yeah. Great. Okay. Hello, everyone. I know it's a special year, and I hope you're all safe. It's great that I can come up here and share my experience with you, and I hope you can benefit from what I share. So I'll give a little bit of introduction about myself. How to move? Okay. So I actually studied mechanical engineering for my undergraduate, and then by minors finance in that degree because I was very interested in economics and finance. Those courses attracted me, so I spent a lot of time on this field. I was eager to learn about the world, what's happening around the world. So that helped me a lot. And then so I decided to join DBS Bank Taiwan after I graduated. It was a graduate training program for commercial banking. They call it IBG Group. And I stayed there for 2 years, and then I decided to give myself more challenges to come to North America. So I joined the Amfin program, did 2 co-op with Scotiabank, all in the same area, either commercial banking or corporate banking. And then after I graduated, I joined HSBC commercial banking as a credit analyst. And so about HSBC Canada, a lot of people probably know about this bank. It's an international bank, and it's the largest international bank in Canada by total assets. I would say its platform is really good. It provides, so we focus on like clients with international trade requirements like export and import because that's our strength. And we also cover the local client coverage just like local bank. Okay. And I am a credit analyst in commercial banking. So there are several departments under commercial banking at HSBC. So corporate banking with client annual sales over 500 million, commercial banking below 500 million, and international ISB. They work with multinational companies and commercial real estate. We also have some product groups like GLCM, GTRF, and equipment finance leasing team. So that makes a commercial banking. Although, and we also have some like back office. Some are in India, and so we actually communicate with a lot of colleagues from India daily because they supported us. They support us with our daily business. And I would like to talk about the daily tasks that actually a commercial banking analyst would do, to give you some heads up of this career path. So basically what we do is that we provide lending facility and international trade facility and other facilities to our clients and related services. So our taxes, including we have to source the client, negotiate term sheet with them, like pricing or terms and conditions. At the same time, we need to know their financial statements and do risk rating. And then we move to the credit application after we gather all the information. So it's a challenge. You will have a lot of communication with your client with different product groups to discuss how to better provide better service to our clients. So this is a very interactive way to accomplish this credit applications. And then you need to get approval from credit risk department. So they will come to ask you question. You need to address their concerns because sometimes they think they have their own opinion. You need to persuade them why I think they're like what are the risks and how we mitigate that. And after everything is settled, after the application is approved, we will prepare loan agreement, facility letter to our client. So attention to detail ability here is very important because you need to, you can't make mistake and that client signed the wrong document. So we need to check everything and we need to check the security, make sure everything is on site. And then we move to funding. So that's the time when the client actually gets their money. And so in our daily work, I would say communication skill is very important because you need a relationship manager or associates are like the center. We face the client, we face everyone from different product group. We try to utilize the resources from our bank and provide the best solution to the client. So you need to communicate with everyone. Yeah, almost everyone, including your client, to identify their needs, identify the solution to find the best way to provide our service. So this is, I would put that the first communication skill is very good, and you need to be efficient and effective. And the second is time management, because this procedure is only for one client. So, and at the same time, you have many different clients. They're probably at different stage. So you need to remember them and you need to remember everything so you don't mix up. So and you have to arrange your time well because otherwise you don't have enough time to work on all those stuff. The third is multitasking. As I said, you have to decide which is more urgent, which is more important, and then work on that because you have too many things on your hand at the same time, and you need to get everything done efficiently. That's our daily life. But the exciting part is that you also have a lot of challenges. You also have, because it's changing all the time, especially in this year with COVID. So a lot of different requirements will come in, and you need to think of a way to deal with it and to find a solution on it. And the last is attention to detail, which is also very important in our daily job because in every step, like financial spreading, term sheet, and credit application, loan agreement, you need that skills to make sure everything is correct, and you can't make mistakes on that, because if client signs the paper and it's wrong, it's a legal document and you would cause your bank loss. So these are the most important skills in my mind. But although there are some skills like accounting skills is also important, financial statement analysis skills, and this kind of I would say basic skill. But at the same time, you also have to have this soft skills too. So I would like to talk about some like future career paths if you enter the commercial banking world. So as a commercial banking analyst, your next step could be credit analyst or associate in national accounts or corporate banking. It's basically the same, but their clients are larger. So their financial statements are more complex, and their requirements are more complicated too. So if you enjoy being an analyst or associate, you can move to that department. And the second is credit management manager. So this is the other department that we need to submit a credit application for their approval. And so when you accumulate more experience, you have experience, you have your own opinion about the company, and you can decide like how much risk does this client have and this kind of things, and then you can move to that department. But you don't really have many client-facing opportunities in that department, because you're assessing risk for every client. And the third is you can be a relationship manager in commercial banking, and if you enjoy working with people, working with clients, and working with different product groups. And also you can be a relationship manager in different product groups. They all specialize in their own product, like cash management, trade financing, equipment finance. They can come with you and they can talk with you and provide like customized solution to the clients. And the rest two are like wealth management and private banking. If you know more clients, you know like small, medium-sized business owner, then you can also do private banking or wealth management to manage their own assets. So next, I hope I can give you some advice. Although I'm new to Canada, I graduated in 2019. But I think there are some general universal rules in this, like the advice for your career selections. The first of all, I think it's the most important is to know yourself, because you need to know what you're good at, and you need to know what you like. And the most important is that you have to enjoy your work. So you need to know like how it's like to be in that kind of lifestyle. I spent some time knowing myself, and I realized that I'm passionate about people. Like I would like to be the bridge between solutions and my client, provide my clients more solutions and the best solution for them. So that's why I decided to do this commercial banking relationship related job. And the second is I think it's good to explore and select the career path that fits yourself, because if you want to do like 10 things at the same time, it's impossible. It's good to downsize it to 5, so you can focus on those 5 things and use your energy on it. So by co-op, if for the current student, you can do co-op, volunteer, unpaid job to explore yourself. I know like you probably wouldn't be able to get into one like position if and experience a real work experience if you're not co-op student, but at the same time, you actually still have, there are a lot of jobs with the same requirements. So if you want to be a salesperson, you can try a lot of different roles other than just work for the companies, like volunteering, then explore yourself to understand yourself more. And then I would say you have to do a good research for the career development or exit opportunities for one position, for the position you want to pursue, because you won't stay in one position for like too long, right? So you need to know what next steps are, and it's better to know it soon, no matter it's from conversation with the colleagues, from reading the LinkedIn, other people's profile. You need to prepare yourself with this knowledge about the position you really want, and then you need to build up your abilities and experience. But I think it's important to cherish every opportunity and build up your reputation no matter what position you are. So so that people will introduce you more opportunities, and after a while. And in Canada, I think networking is very important, but I think bring values to others is very important too, like doing the networking, because you need to let them know that you are prepared for this job, and you need to kind of it's give and take, and like it's mutual way to talk to a person. So just build up your abilities and try your best to bring values. And and then next is be patient. I know nowadays it's probably hard because we get whatever we want instantly, like Facebook, Instagram, and but I would say at work, commitment and ownership is very important. So you have to do your job well, and stay here, prove yourself, because I think the recruiter knows, they can read your resume, they know if you have commitment or ownership. If you just jump around without commitment, I don't think any recruiter would like that. So I would say be patient is also very important. And the last advice I want to give you to MFin students is that, or alumni, is that if you feel too comfortable in one position, it's time to give yourself some challenge. It's no matter from learning, from moving to different roles within the same company, or just different way, but try to grow your abilities and try to just learn more from what you have now, because this is very important. If you stay here, and you will stop learning and growing. So these are the advice I want to give you, but I hope it's helpful for you. So if you have any question, you can ask me after Vivian's speech. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Victor. I especially like your last advice. If you feel comfortable, and that means it's time for you to make some changes and bring yourself some challenges. This is especially true for young people, right? You have a long way to go, long way to climb up. Your potential is unlimited, and given that, and whenever you feel comfortable, make some changes and face more challenges. Thank you very much. And we will open up to questions after Vivian's talk about her, give her advices and talk about her experience. Okay, Vivian, you can start.
Thanks, Tony. Thanks, Victor. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, very clear. And you haven't you haven't entered into the presentation mode. Yeah, so now it's good. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Tony. Hello, everybody. My name is Vivian, and I graduated from the class of 2016. And I'm currently working at RPIA, which is a global fixed income manager, and I'm on this client portfolio management team. Same as Victor, I'm going to do a brief introduction about myself, and then move on to what's my job, what our firm does, and how I think this Laurier MFin program had helped me or elevated my career path. So I went to university in China. I graduated from Jilin University with a bachelor degree of economics, majored in finance. And right after graduation, I got enrolled in Laurier's MFin program, and I was on the co-op stream, which means I have 3 terms in-campus study terms and 2 terms of co-op experiences. I spent the 2 co-op terms at Hamilton Capital Partners, which is a financial ETF manager, and the other at Ontario Teachers Pension Plan. I served on the private equity desk as an analyst. And about 6 months after graduation, I found my first full-time job at RPIA. I started on the client engagement team, and 1 year after that, I moved to client portfolio management team and have been working there since then. Unlike HSBC, which is a multinational gigantic brand, you might not be too familiar with what is RPIA. We're pretty reputable in our own field, but I would say we're a mid-sized buy-side company. So what we do as a firm is we focus on active global corporate bond investment, and we provide fixed income solutions for a wide range of clients. The firm was founded in 2009, and it was founded by a group of experts who has tons of experience in non-traditional and alternative corporate bond management and trading. The firm has grown rapidly after its inception. Today, it has over 60 employees, and we're overseeing about $6 billion for private clients, for wealth managers, family offices, pensions, foundations, and endowments. Our approach to access global corporate bond market is very flexible and active. We think the global fixed income market is very opaque and full of inefficiencies. And what we want to do is we'd like to use our expertise with a variety of fixed income and derivative tools to capitalize on these inefficiencies and find the best risk-adjusted opportunities in the market at all times for our clients. The $6 billion we manage for clients are across 7 different strategies beside managed account. Each of them has a very different risk and return profile, but all of them are very optimistic and nimble. So what I do at RPIA is on the client side of the business. We deal with existing clients, servicing them, retaining them, and also we'll go outside to expand our client base by business development and attract new clients and raise assets. This is a very specific career path, I would say, especially when we're talking about client portfolio management at a buy-side firm or asset management firm like us. I think the title of this job, client portfolio management, is pretty self-explained. It can be separated into 2 components. One is client related and the other is portfolio management related. The client side of the job is requires a lot of soft skills such as communications, relationship management, whereas the portfolio management part of the job requires very strong technical skills. Speaking of the client related part, just similar to any other sales kind of job, you need to be a very good communicator, both verbally and in written. You should be able to communicate complex ideas, themes, or like structures in a very simple and digestible way. You also have to be very good at relationship management in regards of retaining current clients and also go outside to find new business. I also put persistence and motivation here as the third elements that you should have as a good client portfolio manager. Because unlike other pure analytical job, instead of like following the routine and get tasks done, you need to have the tendency or willingness to go to distance to get something done, because you're basically going after or persuading clients on a day-to-day basis. Moving to the portfolio management side of the job, the first thing or skills that requires is strong analytical ability. Because the wide range of client type that we serve, one day you might be dealing with an entrepreneur who is so good at what he does, but on the other hand, he doesn't really understand the difference between equity or bonds. And you need to explain how coupon works, how interest rate is going to affect us, what does spread compression mean. On the other day, you might be dealing with somebody, a gray hair who serves on investment committee of a gigantic pension plan. He knows your strategy very well. He knows the market very well. And you have to help him doing regression analysis, stress testing on the investment that they have with us. So strong analytical skills is required, where you need to know how to do data mining, data processing, and to form conclusions from your research. Technical knowledge is also required. You have to stay on top of all the news and how these headlines on media is going to affect our strategies and returns. You need to be able to provide insightful market and strategy updates at any time. The third critical elements that I put here is that decisiveness, because a role in client portfolio management team is very special in a hedge fund company like us. We're basically acting as a bridge between portfolio managers and clients. We have to deliver a message from one party to another, and you need to be clear about what you're communicating to, and be certain with your decisions, your answers, and your deliveries, because none of these parties would want to hear any doubtful answers or any unsure answers from you. I think this is basically it. For my role, it's really hard to put a list of tasks that you would have, because 80% of my jobs are on an ad hoc basis and 20% will be in routine. So say last year, this time, we were working on bidding on a big opportunity from a big pension plan. And I was working with my coworkers for weeks on preparing RFPs, DDQs, the packages, and preparing all the portfolio managers to attend the first round of interview with the investment committee. On another week, say last week, I spent like 3-4 days on doing presentations. We're launching another new strategies, and I was designing, do all these PowerPoint works to think or to structure the deck to explain to clients what's the strategy and why you need it in your portfolio. I know this is very specific, but if you have any further questions regarding this job, or you're just interested in pursuing a career in a buy-side firm like us, you're interested in risk management or operation, fund accounting, portfolio management, credit research, equity research, you can throw your questions to me in the Q&A section. I would like to use the last a bit of my speaking time on how I got here and how I think the Laurier MFin program has elevated my career development and enhanced my profile. I put 4 things on this graph in stages, but literally they're same important. The first thing that I want to highlight is building a strong fundamentals. I came to Canada without a clear goal, I would say. I didn't know if I wanted to go do like front office, back office, or investment banking, corporate banking, buy side, sell side. I had zero idea. And after working in the industry for 4 years, I want to tell you that it's totally okay. But instead of like struggling with where do I fit? What am I going to do after graduation? You should focus on building a strong fundamentals within the program. To me, I think the courses that designed in this program is very good, and it provides a breadth and depth that's beyond CFA. Even today, I'm using what I learned from derivatives and risk management course in my work, in my day-to-day work. And when I was doing my co-ops at Hamilton Capital Partners, I was using the DCF model that I learned from corporate finance course, exactly the same model in my work, doing valuations for financial companies. So if you know what do you like, where you're interested is perfect. If you think you're going to do a programming role, learn a computer language while you're still in a campus. Or if you don't know, you're just interested in, or you like this professor for fixed income class, go to him, get a reading list, and be like equipped with as much as knowledge as you could. The second step is I put here is utilizing resources. I have friends and coworkers who went to different Amfin programs, either within Canada or outside of Canada. Each of them has their strengths and weakness. I think what really differentiate Laurier's Amfin program from the others is the resources that it provides. When I was in school, when I was struggling finding co-ops, the co-op center helped me huge on editing my resumes, comparing jobs when I got multiple offers. Lori at co-op center was listing all the advantages and disadvantages for two jobs, just so that I can get the positions that I fit in the best. Also, I remember Tony found us two volunteers who are native speakers, high school student, just because we like half of the class, half of the class were international students, and he found them to talk to us 2 hours a week just to improve our spoken English. And we were also paired with experienced BBA students who had more than like 5 co-ops, and they were just there to prepare us for interviews and to share us experiences when they already have worked in certain companies for 1 or 2 terms. So what I want to say is just don't be shy. Make full use of all the resources that's available, and you're gonna get the help that you can get nowhere else. Step 3 is developing professional relationships. After I moved to Toronto, I realized that how small this industry is, and people are all sort of connected to another in a way. As a student, you might ask me, how can you develop professional relationships if you're not even in Toronto? Or first of all, we already have a campus in Toronto now. Secondly, even if you're in Waterloo, it's totally okay. There are tons of events out there that you can attend on weekends. The ones that I was involved in, and I'm still involving in, includes, say, CFA, Toronto Society, Women in Capital Market, 100 Women in Finance. Just subscribe on their email distribution list and stay on top of whatever events. I'm telling you that every single event, industry events like this, is going to end with a social session where you can talk to like really senior people in the industry and be prepared and impress them in those social sessions. They're going to lead you to opportunities when they appeal. Also, like using LinkedIn to book a 10 minutes call or coffee is a good way as well. You never know. Every single connection is gonna like help you in a way. So just go outside and make friends, make professional relationships in the industry. Last but not the least, be persistent. What I want to say here is not every single conversation is going to land you with a job offer, for sure. But don't lose your patience and don't lose your confidence. I want to use this analogy that my boss, also my mentor, told you. I was complaining to him. I was like, I've been working in the bond world and fixed income world for 3 years and still don't think I fully get it. Why it is so hard? And he was like, it's okay. It's like putting together a puzzle. Like at the beginning, when you're collecting all the pieces, none of them make sense. Like when I was Googling what's investment banking job is like, what's a corporate banking job is like, none of them really make sense to me. But after you read and you collect these informations, you build your own empowering relationship circles. Sorry. You start to get what you're working on, and until you put in the last few pieces, you're gonna see that every effort that you put in to find a job, to pursue a good career path, will pay off. Yeah, that's all I have today. I will pass it back to Tony.
Thank you very much, Vivian. What you have said just bring back a lot of memories. Now I remember, I almost forgot the days that when we have two high school students helping our international student to practice English. And I remember you guys had so much fun with the kids, and I almost worried. But that was good. But the key is we are here to help. We are here to help our students, and so whoever in the program and those people coming in the program, you can rest assured that we do our best to help our students, whether it's the program, the career center, everyone here. We are the service people here to help our student to be successful down the road. All right, thank you so much, both of you. Let's open up to questions. So if you want to ask question, turn on your microphone, and if you want, also turn on your camera, and just very quickly tell everyone who you are, and then if you have a question specifically for Vivian or for Victor, tell them, and then they will be happy to answer your questions.
Hi everyone, this is Souvik from India, and currently I am working in Bank of America as a team leader. In OTC derivative documentation team. Overall, I am having 9.5 years of experience, and it's primarily into OTC derivatives operation. So Bank of America 5.5 years, BNY Mellon 3.2 years, and S&P Global as a real estate analyst for a year. So this is my working experience. Apart from that, I completed my batch BBA Finance from India with first division grade, and I'm very much keen to join the fall program at Laurier, and hoping to crack the interview and every application formats. So that's my goal. And as it is affiliated with CFA industry, and it will help me to hone my skill and develop and upgrade me accordingly, as CFA is one of my primary goal down the line. So that's the reasoning for finding out your esteem school and pursuing MFin. So that's my goal. And I heard everyone's work experience, and I can relate all the factors and importance you guys are highlighting. There are few things which are new, because I will be a new Canadian student, and it will be different from an Indian work culture. So that will add your inputs. So that's how my profile is. Any comments from your side, anyone?
So Vic, can you like restate your question, just the question? So you are, if I understand you correctly, you want comments on both Victor and Vivian about
Yeah.
Given your Indian cultural background and work experience, how does that affect your possibility of getting employed in Canada? Is that what you're asking?
Also getting a successful admit at lawyer.
Well, admission questions we can save for future, and we are going to conduct interviews. But now let's talk about the career. Okay.
Yeah. So I'll be happy to listen some 1 or 2 lines from both Vivian and.
I can go first. So first of all, thank you for coming to this session.
Thank you, Victor.
I think your past experience is valuable for you to come to pursue a career in Canada, because I was in the same shoes as you. I have some banking experience, and then I utilize it in Canada too. Just the lending environment is a bit different between Canada and Asia. So I think there will be some learning curve you have to take and here in Canada. But I'm sure if you work before, you have known your strengths and weakness, and you know how to cope with this. So my only advice to you is that I feel in Canada, just don't be shy. Go out and show people what you have and what you know about. If you are firm, if you have a solid ground, you can just let people know, and they would appreciate. Everyone would appreciate what you tell them about your view and everything. So just don't be shy here. Be confident. I think the rest, that's the advice I would give it to you.
Yeah. Thank you. And primary work experience into OTC derivatives FX. So around 3.2 in BNY Mellon and 5.5 in Bank of America. So I take care of interest rate derivatives, FX option, and FX NDFs across globe. So I major clients. Can correlate with Vivian's Ontario. Ontario is one of our biggest client, and we deal most of the days. Ontario Pension Fund.
Okay, Vivian,
Thank
can
you.
you give Sumik some suggestions or comments?
Sure. Thanks for the question. I would just want to say that having work experience is always a good thing. I think the biggest barriers or challenge that I met when I was looking for my first co-op was I had 0 work experiences, which is a huge shortcoming here, because people have like nothing to measure your ability, or like, because how you perform or your grades at school is different, is another story from how your work ability is. I think my advice would be, like, before you come to Canada or applying for any like the programs here, ask yourself, what's your goal? Like, what's the aim of coming to Canada? Why did you pick this program? If you want to stay in Canada and pursue a career here, are you going to follow the career path that you're having in India? If yes, I think your experience is definitely going to add color on your resume, and it's a good experience, especially you have like interactions with Canadian clients already. But if not, you might need to think about whether you want to give up all the experiences or backgrounds that you have in India and start here from the very beginning. If you're clear with all these questions, you check mark all these in your mind, you're good to go. And I would say you would find better co-ops than I do.
Yeah, thank you, Vivian. I can happy that you worked with Ontario, and it is one of our biggest FX clients for FX NDF interest rates, and we primarily deal with them on a daily basis. So I can correlate the work experience which you're having during your co-op. And thanks for your suggestion, and looking forward for the program in fall intake.
Thank you.
Hello, Vivian and Victor. Thank you so much for the presentation. I'm a third-year student at Laurier, represent. I love finance. I am really interested in studying my CFA. However, I do realize that the CFA program and the MFin program, a lot of the MFin program covers the CFA. And I kind of wanted to understand, what is the benefit of taking the MFin program instead of just doing the CFA by myself? I am worried about the opportunity cost of the tuition, but what are the advantages of the MFin program? Because I love this school. I would love to come back for my master's, but if it isn't worth it, I don't want to go. But if it is, what is worth it in the program? Thanks.
Vivian, do you want to go first on this one?
Yeah, I just want to ask, are you a BBA student? Do you have co-ops experiences already?
Yes. Well, I'm not a BBA student. I study economics and finance, and I'm currently in my second term as an investment finance analyst at Sun Life.
Oh, great. If you Google it, you're gonna find many answers comparing MBA and CFA, MFin and CFA, and they're all good answers. But you have to put these answers and see if they apply to you. For me, when I applied for this program, I already wrote CFA level 1, and I realized that it's going to cost me 2 other years to finish level 2, level 3 if I pass them at first attempt. And also, to get a CFA charter, I'll need 4 years of experiences, which I wouldn't get immediately, and that wouldn't make me competitive in the job finding market immediately. And while I was writing the CFA, doing another MFin program, especially in another country that I want to stay, was a good choice for me. And also what I like, as I said in my presentation, what I like the most about Laurier program is it provides us resources and helps us in a huge way to find co-ops, and if you don't have enough work experience yet, doing this program is also helpful for you, I guess, because as graduate students, you get exposures to job opportunities that you don't get as an undergraduate student. Yeah, hopefully I answer your question.
Thank you.
For me, the MFin program, program attracted me was the co-op opportunity, because I had a work experience, and I had to know lending environment in Canada. What is it like? Because Canada market is a bit different, and the facilities are a bit different too. Like North America is like one system, from what I understand, what I understood before. So work experience was actually more helpful for me, because CPA is more useful in commercial banking compared to CFA. But it's still good that you can have more opportunities out of your, if you want to change a career path. I didn't, but if you want to change your career path, I think MFin is a good addition to you, because you can rethink what you want to do next, and you can add up. If you want to do investments, CFA is very important, and if you have both, then I think it will be a very huge addition for you. So I believe you can learn everything well, but I think it's good that you can kind of, if you want to change your career path, it's a good opportunity. This is my answer.
I can say a few words. Enrique, right? Your name is Enrique. Do I pronounce your name correctly?
Enrique.
Enrique. Okay. So let me share. So I strongly encourage you to come to our information session once sometime in the future. But I just want to share with you one of the slides that I normally would show in our information session, because this addresses directly to a question about your self-studying CFA or studying MFin program. So here I borrow Bloom's taxonomy about different levels of knowledge. at the very basic level, you remember concept, you understand what's there, the theory, and the higher level is to apply this theory, apply your knowledge, analyze information, evaluate your solution, right? And even higher level, you create your own theories. And the CFA curriculum is basically remember, understand, a little bit apply in a case setting, but very clean textbook style case. Nothing real world messy case, real case. Right? And that is what the Amfin program is targeting. This is a space that elevate your knowledge from just remember the concepts, understand, even understanding of the concepts on surface versus related the knowledge to the real world scenario is different, right? And so we drive our student to have a deeper, in-depth understanding of theory. And more importantly, we use case study through our courses to try to make sure our students learn how to apply, analyze real world situation, collect data, and come up with solutions. So that's the most important part of the Amfin curriculum.
That was perfect. All right, thank you, Victor, Professor Tang, and Vivian. I appreciate your time.
Right. Thank you very much for coming, and thanks for the question. And it's a very good question.
Hello. I'm not sure if you can hear me clearly.
Yes, we can hear you.
Hi, my name is Dongshu Lei, and thank you for a detailed introduction, which gave me a better understanding about how banks and investment management firms work. And I'm just finished my bachelor degree in Western with specialization in finance, and I'm currently applying for a Laurier Master of Finance program. And for myself, my biggest hobby is to study US stock market investment, and I follow ARK Invest Trade Action every day. I have great interest in becoming an equity research analyst, but usually this kind of position has higher requirement, and all the people told me it's hard to find for fresh graduates. So I want to know, is there any suggestion for me? Would this be an unrealistic choice? And would you suggest me to start up with a more entry-level position? And my second question is, sorry, is there still any chance for the fresh graduate student to get into a rotation program at a major Canadian banks? Just like you can try different positions and find the one that you think fits you the most. Because although we have learned much from the info session, but if you didn't try it, if you didn't get into your hand, and I don't think it can just have a fully understanding of the jobs. So that's my two questions.
Thanks for your question. I guess I can cover the equity research part, and Victor can speak about the rotation program at HSBC. It's definitely not, my answer, a simple answer is no, your goal is not too high, it's achievable. And especially if you like graduate, say you graduate from Master of Finance program with 2 co-ops and related jobs. And if you're pursuing your CFA, you passed level 1, it's even add more to your resume. But when you talk about equity research or credit research, their equity research on buy side, their equity research on sell side. Usually I would say sell side is easier to get than a buy side job. For equity research analysts on our firm, they usually have 3-4 years of experience from investment banking or corporate banking, focusing on certain industries or sectors. And my advice on how to work towards that is while you're in the program, try to write, because it seems like you already have an interest in it. Write some really good buy-sell recommendations. Do feel very good valuation models. Ask your professors to help you like polish them, and take them with you when you're interviewing with any of the employer. It's very like one good example where valuation model speaks like way more than just you speaking. Oh, I'm really interested in energy sector. I'm an expert in midstream energy. Like that says nothing. Giving them this report, like if it is good, they're gonna give you the chance. I would say if you find your two jobs in a sales side, say equity research role, you're gonna get no problem finding a full-time job in the industry. Yeah, I think, do I answer your question well? Do you have any other questions?
I think I'm good right now.
Okay.
Really helpful.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, I can answer the rotational program part because I was actually, my first job was a rotational program and DBS. So I know how it felt, like you don't, you want to try different things and try to work in different departments. So yeah, you can decide what you like, right? I would say it's good for people who don't have experience, but if you are certain that you have strong interest in equities, I would recommend you to pursue that direction, because otherwise you will waste time on something you probably are not interested in. And if you in Canada, I think as an international student, we have to work harder to be get into the rotational program, because those rotational programs are for students who had no work experience. So they look for potential, personality, like those soft things, soft skills. And if you want to stand out, you have to work really hard on those qualities. And they are looking for like recruiter, HR, and like if you're confident, or if you have good people skill, if you have like they test all of that and they see you as a. So the way they assess students is different from experienced job. I would say it's very competitive in Canada from my understanding. So I think you need to work extremely hard to get into those rotational program in Canada. HSBC also has a rotational program, but I don't think we hired too many, because we compared to five big banks, we're relatively smaller, but opportunities from those five big banks still exist. So if you want to try different role, you can try every bank, the rotational program. But I would encourage you, if you know your direction, just go for it. Just do what you want to do. You don't need rotational program to decide what you want to do later. My answer.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I also want to add a little bit. Rotational program is very competitive, but I think in the past, every year we have someone from the program enter a rotation program, TD, RBC, one of the large banks, and the previous alumni speaker was she started Pune. She started her career in the rotation program. I believe it's with TD. And the one thing that I want to remind you is based on what I heard, the rotation program, they hire very, very early, 1 year ahead of time. So if you are interested in the rotational program, you have to really get started very early. By the time, assume that you enter the Amfin program, by the time you start a program, you need to start looking for jobs and apply for those rotational program positions. About the equity research, if it's not equal competitive, it's more competitive. Everyone wants to get in there. It's glorious, and people makes good money. But eventually, what determines whether you can be there and stay in there is your passion. it's not just a lay back and relax type of job. You need to stretch out your ability, learn a lot of new stuff. And if you don't have the passion, even if you get a job there, started the career, you're not going to stay there for long. Okay, so that's what I want to add on Vivian and Victor's response.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much for the question. Anyone else? And we already are at 8, so I think we can take maybe 2 more questions.
Yes, hello guys. Thank you so much for joining us, and it was really a pleasure up to now to listen to you guys. Just to follow up with the Vivian's kind of comments on equity research. So I am Master of Finance student. I am on my 3rd term, and I want to go into that direction. But my question is, even though I have passed CFL level 1, doing CFL level 2, and almost finished my program, as if like being an equity research is totally different in each industry. For example, there are a lot of specific sector, like terminology, say like oil and gas or REITs or transportation. So my question is, if I want to focus, let's assume in oil and gas, won't I actually narrow down my opportunity of other let's say job or even like in this equity analyst? So what should I do? Like I'm sure I cannot within given time period master in every sector. What would be the solution? Thanks.
That's a great question. There are a few points that I want to highlight. First of all, it's a very fair question, but as far as I know, not every single analyst, equity analyst enter this industry or this role with a specific, say, I'm only at oil and gas, I'm only at banks. Usually they approve their ability to do like DCF models or this type of models. This person is really good at writing. That person is really good at like collecting all the the news and know the headlines on media in this sector, and show the interest and ability to the employer that they are able to do this job, and they will send you to the team where they think your strengths best fit in. And for now, I would just say if you're looking for a specific sector, say, for example, banks' balance sheets are very different from the other companies. In the program, we have access to Bloomberg, read as many financial statements, read as many balance sheets as possible, be familiar with what's important or the key lines in balance sheet for this type of company, if you know where are you going. If not, just say, I'm so interested in Tesla, this company, or I'm interested in Alibaba. Do a good research piece and valuation models, and it's gonna show your ability, and you're gonna find no problems finding a job. Sorry, do I answer your question?
Oh yeah, you did actually. I mean, the last one when you said like reading the financial statements, I think actually it's like a learning when you go through, and I've been doing it for the past several weeks, which helped me a lot. Thank you so much.
Our next event will be held on February 24th. We just set the date today, and the theme will be equity research. I don't have an official title yet, but it's going to be alumni guest speakers that have done equity research, equity investment job in the last few years. And they're going to give the talk on February 24th. So write down the date, and that's when you want to make sure you come with your equity investment type of questions.
Bingo, thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay, one last question. Let's do one last question. Let's see who has the question. Who wants to capture this chance? No questions.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I
I
guess.
have a,
Oops.
yeah, go ahead.
Sorry.
I have already done. Thanks.
Okay. Okay. I have a question. My name is Lucy. I'm currently in the MFin Toronto program. I have a question for like Victor and Vivian in terms of like how do you find what you're passionate about? You know, like how do you know that like, hey, this is what I truly enjoy doing, that I can do that, you know, as my career for the rest of my life. Thank you.
Oh, I can go. I think it's you probably wouldn't be like 100% sure, but you know like what type of person you are. Like back in college, I was an engineer. I studied engineering, and I knew that I was very outgoing. I like to throw a lot of activities in at school, and like to know what's happening in the world by studying economics. This is very attractive to me, and so then I gradually know that I should pursue. Even I don't do commercial banking, I probably will be a salesperson in some company. Like I was targeting international sales and commercial banking, but I think commercial banking you get to help like a lot of different companies from different industries more interesting for me. So I decided that this is the career I want to pursue. But I still did a rotational program within commercial banking, like within the institutional banking group. So I get to know different functions, like how they work together, how they, yeah, the host procedures and everything. So I think you would notice if you like observe yourself, you know, like if you like to do research, like my passion is not from the research itself, my passion is like from sharing with people and share my view, provide solutions and help them directly. So this is on my past experience.
It's a tricky question. It took me a long time to figure out what I want to do, but even today, I'm not 100% sure if I find myself the right path. First of all, I just want to share why I choose finance, why I think finance is the way that I'm going. I think the most beautiful part about finance, I think, is it's a mix of art and science. It's not purely science, as engineering or like other like very like math is, it's not purely that, and also it's not purely like history or music, all about arts. When I found my job, I think that I really liked it, and when I find or pursue my career, I'm trying to look at a job where I can apply both the art part and science part in this role. That's also why I like my current role, whereas I have the technical part of the role to deal with portfolio managers and understanding what credit analysts are doing. And on the other hand, I have the chance to speak to clients. And also I didn't know what I want, but I was very sure what I don't like, which was just dealing with computer or like not having human interactions the whole day. So when I was applying for jobs, I kind of limited or like narrowed down the list from like 500 jobs from co-op website to like half of it by just taking out everything operation risk related. As I said at the beginning of my presentation, I think it's absolutely okay if you don't know it yet. Somebody just born to know what they're good at and what they want. Some of them will find the path while they're doing it. And in Canada, unlike China, like people are pretty flexible and open to opportunities no matter where you are. I think I was very lucky because I started at a very small size of firm, Hamilton Capital Partners, and doing a co-op there really gave me exposures to be able to work with every single person at the team and know how the nature or how that kind of job is like in a buy-side firm. So from that experience, I kind of like working through my own way and figure out, oh, this person, I want to be this person in 5 years. I want to be that person in 10 years. That's it.
Yeah, well,
Thank you.
I want to add on Vivian's Victor's comments. Lucy, based on our conversation, I understand why you come with this question. And what I want to say is, it's very important for you to realize where you want to go, where is your passion. But before you find that out, don't be afraid of to experiment. From the past several years as a Amfin director, observing our year after year, I have been in this position for almost 10 years actually. And year after year, I see students come in, goes out, and they grow. And the one thing that I realize is how fast you grow and how high they can go up and the speed. It's related, there's a high correlation with their passion. Not a passion in doing what you love the most, but a passion in what you are doing now. So if you think you want to do something or try something out now, go ahead, don't be afraid. Put full-hearted and with a passion and do it as hard as you can. And even if it turns out to be not your passion, along the way, you might discover something new. And you develop soft skills, hard skills that are highly transferable that can be used when you decide to change direction. So don't be afraid that what you're trying to do is not your ultimate passion. Doesn't really matter. And as long as you decide that, oh, okay, I'm interested in doing this now, try it out. You guys are young, you can afford to waste a couple of years if it turns out not to be your passion, but don't be afraid.
Thank you. So like process of elimination.
Yes, that would work, yes. But
Thank you.
If you do it with a passion, with all your heart, who knows? Maybe after a couple of years, you become good at it. There is a positive feedback, and you become passionate about this, what you're doing, right? And you fall in love with what you're doing. So that's all possible. Anyway, I think that it's about time. I'd like to thank Victor, Vivian. Thank you very much for your wonderful talk. And I also want to thank everyone for coming. Many people already left. That shows how late it is already. We are like almost 15 minutes over time. But I'd like to thank everyone, even if you're not here. Hopefully you learned something, and this will help your future career.
Yeah,
Thank
hi
you so
Niang,
much.
this is Savik, and thank you everyone, Victor, Vivian, Niang. Just like to know, is there any difference getting a co-op or a full-time job being an work time permit, or rather than a PR or a Canadian citizen? So suppose we work
So
as
we can talk about that. You can send us your question. We can talk about that, and we will definitely be able to help you with that question and other related information. And this is already late, so I don't want to hold Vivian
sure.
here. Okay.
Sure, thanks.
Thank you very much, everyone. Have a good night or good morning if you're not on the other side of the earth. Bye bye, everyone.
Thank you. Stay safe.
Thank you.
Bye.
You have a good one, everybody.
Thank you.